There's a quiet power in you. Maybe you've felt it, maybe you haven't, but it's the resting underneath the burdens you carry, the expectations you meet, the compromises you make, and the noise that surrounds you. It doesn't shout, it doesn't beg, it doesn't demand, but it waits patiently for you to notice it. That power, the one born of centuries of struggle, love, sacrifice, and resilience, belongs to you, and it always has. You don't need permission to step into your greatness. The world may have conditioned you to think you do, that someone needs to approve of your dreams, your choices, your ambition, your silence, your fire. But here's the truth no one repeats enough. You are enough, as you are, where you are, with what you have. You've probably been told 1,000 things, 1,000 different ways about how to live as a woman. Be kind, but not too kind. Be assertive, but not aggressive. Be strong, but not intimidating. Be ambitious, but not too ambitious. Be beautiful, but not too bold. It's exhausting, isn't it? This tightrope walk of contradictions that threatens to snap if you lean too much to either side. Let's break that rope today. Let's stop living inside a mold we didn't build. Let's stop measuring ourselves against standards set by people who never lived our lives. Let's stop asking for permission to be whole. You are not here to play small. You are not here to live a life of quiet compliance. You are not here to shrink yourself to fit someone else's frame. You were born with dreams not to suppress them, but to chase them. You were born with strength not to hide it, but to use it. You were born with a voice not to mute it, but to rise. This world doesn't just need more women. It needs more free women, women who walk into rooms without shrinking, women who speak up without doubting, women who own their story without shame, women who choose themselves even if no one else does. You've already survived so much. Think of all the times you picked yourself up when no one noticed you'd fallen. Think of the nights you stayed strong for everyone else, even when your soul was tired. Think of how many times you laughed to keep from crying, how many times you encouraged others while struggling silently yourself. That is strength, that is courage, that is grace, that is you. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. Quiet women change the world too. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. Flawed women are beautiful too. You don't need to be fearless to be brave. Scared women still move mountains, and yet we still live in a world that often measures a woman by how much she gives up, how well she conforms, or how little space she takes. But we weren't put here to be invisible. We weren't put here to be accessories to someone else's story. We were put here to write our own. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to love yourself unapologetically. You are allowed to fail and try again. You are allowed to say no, even when others expect a yes. You are allowed to rewrite your life, even if the chapter you're in is halfway through. Society doesn't always celebrate women who defy expectations, but defy them anyway. People won't always understand your choices. Make them anyway. You won't always feel confident. Show up anyway. There will be days when it feels like the weight is too much, but keep going anyway. Because here's what happens when a woman chooses herself. She doesn't just heal her life, she lights a path for others to do the same. Your journey isn't just your own. Every time you rise, you tell another woman it's possible. Every time you walk away from what doesn't serve you, you remind another that she can too. And yes, the world may call you names, difficult, emotional, bossy, too much, let them. Those labels are often the echoes of fear of a woman who knows her worth. But this speech isn't about rebellion, it's about reclamation, reclaiming your truth, reclaiming your body, reclaiming your joy, reclaiming your voice. You're not here to impress the world, you're here to express your soul. For far too long, women have been made to feel like they're either too much or not enough, too loud, too quiet, too ambitious, too soft, too confident, too insecure. But what if you are exactly what the world needs, exactly as you are? You don't need to compare your path with anyone else's. Your timeline is sacred. Your pace is yours. Life isn't a race. It's a remembering of who you were before the world told you who to be. You don't have to hustle to earn your worth. You don't need a title to prove your value. You don't need validation from people who can't see your light. The truth is, not everyone is meant to walk with you, understand you, or approve of you. That doesn't make you less. That makes you free. And if no one's ever told you this, you are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far behind. Your story is still unfolding, and there's so much beauty ahead of you. Even in the detours, even in the pain, even in the silence, your healing is revolutionary, your growth is sacred, your self-love is powerful. The way you continue to love after heartbreak, the way you keep showing up after disappointment, the way you carry yourself with dignity even when the world tries to tear you down, that is a kind of divine resilience that cannot be taught. It is born in you. You don't owe the world a polished version of yourself. You don't owe anyone a smile when your heart is aching. You don't have to explain your boundaries. You don't have to apologize for choosing yourself. It is not selfish to protect your peace. It is not arrogant to honor your worth. It is not weak to rest, to cry, to pause. It's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to walk away from toxic spaces. It's okay to say, this isn't enough for me. It's okay to want a life that feels like your own. You don't have to settle. You don't have to silence yourself. You don't have to shrink. Start remembering the girl you used to be before the world taught you to hide. The one who danced without fear, who dreamed without doubt, who loved without condition. She's still there. She's waiting for you to return. And when you do, when you stop chasing who you think you should be and start becoming who you already are, you'll realize something incredible. You were never lost. You are only buried beneath everyone else's expectations. This speech is not about giving you something you don't already have. It's about reminding you of what you've always held, the wisdom in your soul, the fire in your heart, the grace in your voice, the power in your presence. You don't need fixing, you need unfolding. You don't need saving, you need space. You don't need approval, you need alignment. Start treating yourself like the miracle you are. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Walk like someone who belongs. Choose like someone who matters. Live like someone who knows the divine flows through her. To every woman listening, this is your reminder. Your softness is not weakness. Your vulnerability is not shame. Your emotions are not baggage. Your story is not a liability. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a force to be honored. Let the world adjust to your truth. Let your life be a declaration that you will not live in the shadows. Let your legacy be one of courage, authenticity, and fire. And let your soul know, deep in its bones, that you didn't just survive. You transformed. You are not just one woman. You are every woman who ever dared to rise, and now it's your time. There's something quietly revolutionary about a woman who begins to remember who she is. Not who the world told her to be, not who her family expects her to be, not who society shaped her into being, but who she truly is beneath the filters and the fears, beyond the roles and routines, beneath the years of pleasing, performing, and persevering. You may not realize it, but your very existence carries stories that generations before you didn't have the freedom to tell. You carry the echoes of their dreams, their strength, their sacrifices. You walk on a path paved by their courage. But you were not born to only carry history. You were born to make it. And yet, how many times have you felt invisible in a room full of people? How many times have your ideas been spoken over, your emotions dismissed, your desires placed last, or your worth questioned, not only by others, but by yourself? It is no small thing to be a woman in a world that profits from your silence, your self-doubt, your exhaustion. But let me tell you something that perhaps no one has told you clearly enough. You are not here to serve the comfort of others by hiding your light. You are not here to carry everyone else while abandoning your own soul. You are not here to live quietly in the corners of your own life. You are here to rise, and rising doesn't always look like rebellion. Sometimes it looks like healing. Sometimes it looks like resting. Sometimes it looks like finally saying no. Sometimes it looks like standing up for yourself in a whisper, not a roar. Sometimes it looks like walking away without needing to explain. Sometimes it looks like choosing yourself, again and again, even when no one claps for you. The most radical thing a woman can do in this world is believe in herself when no one else does. But belief doesn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It grows, slowly, stubbornly, softly. It grows every time you honor your intuition, every time you listen to your body, every time you reject what doesn't feel right, even if it looks right to everyone else, every time you ask for what you need, every time you take off the mask, every time you cry and still choose to keep going. Every time you say, I matter. There is no formula for being a powerful woman. Power wears many faces. It's the single mother making ends meet. It's the girl resisting conformity in a conservative home. It's the woman starting over at 50. It's the survivor reclaiming her body. It's the quiet soul who refuses to compromise her spirit. Power has no mold. It simply requires truth. But here's the challenge. Truth makes people uncomfortable. Because when a woman speaks her truth, she forces the world to confront its lies. So they may call you names, they may question your worth, they may shame your choices, they may fear your independence. They may mock your confidence. Let them. That is not your concern. Your concern is this: are you living as the fullest version of yourself? Are you waking up each day closer to your truth or further from it? Are you choosing alignment over approval? Because every day you live a life that isn't yours, you betray the woman you were meant to become, and she deserves better. She deserves to be heard even if her voice shakes. She deserves to be seen even if the world turns away. She deserves to be chosen even if only by herself. She deserves to be free, not just legally, but spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. It takes unimaginable courage to shed layers you once called your identity. The good girl, the self-sacrificer, the peacemaker, the strong one, the pretty one, the quiet one, the achiever. These were survival roles, not soul expressions. The moment you begin to untangle who you are from who you are conditioned to be is the moment your real life begins. Don't underestimate what that will cost you. You may lose people, you may lose certainty. You may lose comfort, but what you gain, authenticity, self-respect, peace, is worth every loss. There's a voice inside of you that knows what you came here to do. You may have silenced it to be accepted. You may have buried it to avoid conflict, but it hasn't left you. It whispers in quiet moments. It calls you back when you've strayed too far. It waits, not with judgment, but with hope, that one day you'll return. Return to your joy, return to your power, return to your wildness, return to your softness, return to the sacred truth that you are whole. Even when you feel broken, you don't need to be fearless. You just need to stop letting fear make your decisions. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be everything to yourself. This isn't selfish. This is sacred. A woman who knows her worth becomes a mirror for other women. She shows them what's possible. She reminds them of what they forgot. She doesn't compete, she liberates. She doesn't impress, she inspires. She doesn't obey, she chooses. And you, yes, you are that woman. Whether you believe it yet or not, you don't need a stage to be powerful. You don't need applause to matter. Your life, in all its quiet moments and wild dreams, is already a testament to resilience. Your tears are not a weakness. They are proof you still feel. Your scars are not shameful. They are evidence you survived. Your needs are not inconvenient. They are valid. Your dreams are not selfish. They are sacred instructions. There is no expiration date on reinvention. There is no rule that says you must settle. There is no manual for how to be a good woman, because goodness is not measured by how much you tolerate, but by how deeply you love, even yourself. So today, I ask you to choose yourself. Choose yourself in the conversations where your voice trembles. Choose yourself when no one else does. Choose yourself when it feels easier to disappear. Choose yourself even when it makes people uncomfortable. Choose yourself not because you're better, but because you're ready to be free. And when you do, when you truly choose yourself, not as an idea, not as a trend, but as a daily commitment, something incredible happens. You become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, not because pain disappears, but because you become someone who refuses to be dimmed by it. You become someone who has learned to sit with the ache, rise from the fall, and sing through the silence. You become someone who embodies both fire and grace, someone who can lead and listen, someone who can fight and forgive, someone who can roar and rest. The world needs more of you, not less. And if no one claps for your becoming, clap for yourself. If no one validates your journey, validate your own soul. If no one sees your worth, see it anyway, because the relationship you build with yourself sets the tone for every relationship in your life. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are not less, you are becoming, and that becoming is beautiful, it is divine, it is wild, it is worthy, so keep becoming, keep rising, keep remembering who you are. Because every time you choose yourself, you give every woman around you silent permission to do the same. And that, dear one, is how we heal the world, one woman, one voice, one truth at a time.